Tracy.
Hello, Rev Karen Fry.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
So I am so excited I get a chance to interview you. You have been interviewing other people about the different positions that are the elected positions within Centers for Spiritual Living. And it's kind of impossible for you to interview yourself.
Yeah, I haven't figured out how to bilocate, and I haven't figured out how to interview me.
Right. It would be really weird for you to go, and Karen, what do you think? Well, this is what I think. So I get to do that. And as chair of the Leadership Council, I really am interested in us having clarity for people who are running for the elected offices. So I'm going to be talking with you about what it takes to be the chair of the Nominating Council.
I trust I can articulate that since I've been doing it for 6 years. Good.
So first, just in case there's someone who's not clear or hasn't read the instructions, what are the primary qualifications to even apply to run, to be eligible to run for the chair of the Nominating Council?
You can either be a minister, a practitioner, or a lay person. Does not matter. So you need to be in good standing in a community that's in good standing with our large organization, our international organization, and to have shown success in good business organization, financial stewardship, leadership, also sort of being good at networking.
Yes.
You don't even have to be an extrovert, but good at networking.
Yes.
Connecting people, getting people to talk to other people, whether you know all the people or not, and then certainly being good at playing well with others, facilitating a group of people, and not needing to do it all and be it all. That's what I would say, and to have spiritual maturity and a great love for this organization known as Centers for Spiritual Living.
One of the things we never have to worry about is people running for office whose lives haven't been changed. Right? Everyone loves the organization and wants to give back. So it's important to think about the skills that you also mentioned. You know, the Nominating Council is actually structured very differently than any other council. So this idea of connecting with other people, and you don't personally have to know everyone, I think the structure really supports that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the chair is elected, but who are the members?
Yeah, so there's the current construction of that is, at the very least, it's the chair. It's also then a member from the Leadership Council that is not the executive director, and a member of the Ministers' Council, a member of the Practitioner Council, and a member of the Member Council. So it's the elected chair and then 4 others, and then there's also the Diversity Commission. So a member from the Diversity Commission or someone that's connected to it.
Right, and so that's different because on the other councils, all 6 members are elected from the delegates, but on the Nominating Council, the chair is elected, and then the other councils and the commission offer a member. So they also have networking with all parts of the organization.
Right. Yep.
So the number one question that people ask when they're applying is, now how much time is this gonna take?
It's a great question. There's a reason, a season, and a lifetime, and in the lifetime of the chair and that council, there's a season. So the season is full bloom. It tends to go, it's truly in full bloom come the summer months through February. Now, it'd be great if it was in full bloom 12 months out of the year. There's activity 12 months out of the year, people start really thinking about, do I want to be in leadership come the summer? And when it hits November and December, that is the hot months on the nominating council. So, to answer that question, we currently meet at least once a month on a Zoom call, and that takes at least an hour. So we do that every month. There's also time outside of that where you're talking to people, you're going to various gatherings, everybody on the nominating council, so there's that to talk about the positions. And then we spend a lot of time in that fall season going into the end of the year because we are vetting every single candidate. We're having a conversation with every single candidate that puts their name forward. International Home Office will do the vetting from the standpoint of, are they licensed, how long have they been licensed, are they ordained, are they in good standing in their community. But we as the council get to interview every single person and to ensure that they're ready to be a candidate put forth to the delegates. And then also at the convention, when there is a face-to-face convention, there's quite a bit of time preparing the candidates for that, managing the candidates, and then telling the candidates how they did. So it's hard to say, but most months, 2 or 3 hours a month at most. But in those hot blooming months, it's significantly more hours than that.
And it depends on how many candidates there are.
Exactly.
And we want there to be lots and lots and lots of candidates.
Candidates, yes.
Yeah. So you said you had been serving with nominating council for how long?
About to end my 6 years, 2 terms.
2 terms. So this may be a really difficult question, but what stands out or what comes to mind for you as either your greatest success or the thing you're most excited about achieving or doing while you served as chair?
I held 2 visions going into being nominated the first year at the integration in 2012, and those 2 visions were to help bring more diversity in many ways to our international leadership, elected leaders. And I'm proud of that because that has occurred and the seed has been planted for that to grow even more, and there's all kinds of diversities. So that's number 1. Number 2, the other vision that I've held, and I would love to consider, it's gotten there, it's grown, is that the nominating council is held in high regard, in fact the highest regard as the council in our organization. It's thought of, it's spoken about, it's considered in the councils and including this council, because I personally feel that it's one of our, if not the most important council, because without it the leaders don't come forward, therefore the leaders that end up serving on the councils, et cetera, et cetera. So elevating that in the consciousness of all of us and how important and significant this council is.
Very cool.
And the other thing, it wasn't part of my vision, but very quickly on, there used to be 2 councils, it doesn't matter now, but that structure didn't work, and then we really needed more people to assist. So even though we have now a much better structure, I think it's awesome. I would love to see that more people, sort of like the Diversity Commission, they have other people helping in other areas. I would love for more people to assist, like this is their focus, is to assist the nominating council. Whether they're officially on it or not, that's not as important as more people are helping in this process to bring the best and the greatest leaders forward and in good number. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. And actually that fits into what was coming to mind for me next, which is, that's what really stood out for you. But when you look forward, future focus, from what you know right now, what might be the things that are most exciting that are coming for whoever gets elected into this role in 2018?
That's a great question. In this moment, what I see and feel is, next year in 2018, we're celebrating 100 years of Science of Mind. And I would love for more people within this philosophy and faith known as the Science of Mind to know about the international organization in the first place. I'd love for more people to know that they're connected to a large organization where there's 400 plus, and goodness knows internationally that's growing in leaps and bounds. I just heard excitement about how many people are in ministerial school in I believe Latin America. But anyways, there's this growth, and that excitement grows, and within that, more people want to be involved in the international organization and serving it, and that there is an excitement about being a part of it, just as there's excitement at the local level of being a part of leadership and serving in that excitement not only meets that but excels that. Because I know that will serve this entire thing known as the Science of Mind, Faith and Philosophy and Movement.
And so, how do you think the chair of the Nominating Council will be able to influence that?
Well, I believe it starts with consciousness as cause, and to have that consciousness of wanting to see it grow, wanting to see it get better and better at connecting people, of quote calling people out and saying please come serve, you're just what we need. The chair of the Nominating Council can be that thrusting position or not. There have been moments where I know that I haven't been that thrusting position, and it's important. I now know this, how important it is for someone to cast that vision and to hold that vision and to move that vision forward. And so I'm excited about the person that steps in to take that vision to a whole new level.
Well, yeah, so the foundation has been set, and now whoever steps into the role next will be building on that foundation. So if I'm considering running for this particular role and responsibility, what are some of the challenges that I might anticipate that are, like happening now, or you can see they might be happening in the next year or two?
Well, this year we're doing something new. We're doing interviews, and I think it could either be considered a challenge or opportunity. How to get the word out, how to let people know. I talked to so many people that they didn't even know these positions are up. I think it's the challenge is, I don't even want to call it a challenge, but where are the people in our organization that can have the greatest influence on people stepping into leadership? And I still think there's a good potential it's the ministers of our movement that could either say to each other, are you going to step into leadership, or also have you told your leaders in your community to step into leadership? Well, I have you? And just continue that, to know that everyone wins. Everyone at all levels, especially humanity, when we say yes to this and to serve in this way. So I think that that's a challenge and an opportunity. How to break through that, if there's a breakthrough still needed.
I like it. So I'm just thinking about everything that's been said so far, and there's a phrase that keeps popping into my mind, and that is, you talked about the Nominating Council is vetting every person, and I'm just thinking there may be people who might be considering running, but they don't understand what you mean by vetting each candidate.
Okay, So, what it is truly a conversation. The conversation takes place with members of the nominating council, and we ask them, do you understand what the roles are? Do you understand what the time commitment is? We look to the people. The great news on this new model is we make sure if someone's putting their name forward for the leadership council, a leadership council representative on our nominating council is going to be in that process of vetting. But it's truly a question-answer conversation. And as long as, the truth is, as long as they are in good standing, you move forward as a candidate. There is no judgment from the nominating council members whether you really are a good candidate or not. You move forward. So first off, I just want to say that because some people might go, well, I may not make it through. If you're in good standing, you will make it through. And the delegates get to meet you, they get to feel you, they get to see you. So it doesn't matter if you know a lot of people or not. You're gonna make it through the process. So don't not step forward because you think you won't make it through. If you're not in good standing or you don't have the specific qualifications like ordination or whatever, you will make it through. It's actually a pleasurable process. We have a lot of fun in the conversations. People get to understand more, and I trust and hope that they actually know more before they even get to us. Like, talk to someone currently serving on that council and understand it, so that you don't wait to the 9th hour or the 11th hour and go, well, that wasn't what I understood, I'm taking my name off the ballot. But once they come to us, the vetting is really a conversation to ensure that you, as a candidate, before you go on the ballot, truly understand what you're in for.
Okay, so it's not like you're trying to decide if you like people or not. You're checking qualifications against what the eligibility requirements are that are listed in the ODM.
Right.
Okay. So is there anything else that comes to mind that you think someone who's considering running for the chair of the nominating council should know? What is it you wished you had known that now you just take for granted because you've been working in this territory for the last 6 years?
Well, I've developed some processes, and they are what they are. They're good. They get us through. I think that someone that's really good at processes as well, to set up processes from start to finish on how this can go even smoother or more effectively, or what could that look like. I mean, anyone can come in with a creative mind and take this truly to the next level. So if that excites you, that would be swell. And first and foremost, a love for this organization and wanting to see it continue to up level and to grow, and to be the great impulse that it already is, and to watch that unfold and be a part of that unfoldment. So doesn't matter, like I said, whether it's a minister or practitioner or lay person. It's a person that has a love, that wants to do this and to serve in that capacity, and is willing to talk to a lot of people in the process. Not shy of phone calls, not shy of emails, not shy of getting back with people, and not shy of going up to someone and say, Tracy Brown, I really think you need to put your name in for the Practitioner Council, I think first, or the Leadership Council, or whatever it is, right? And she goes, okay. But it sometimes takes that.
Yeah, that personal ask is so important in so many things that we do. So I think that's perfect. It's a good snapshot of what it means to be the chair of the nominating council. If people who are interested in running have any questions, can they contact you directly?
They can. Send me an email at Rev Karen, REVKAREN, at cslDallas.org.
So here's what I know is absolutely true, that we are attracting the best leaders that will take this divine idea called Centers for Spiritual Living to the Next Level. And if you are thinking that being the chair of the Nominating Council is a good match for you, then I want to encourage you to run. And I want to thank you, Karen, for sharing this great summary.
Thank you. Thanks, Tracy.